Welcome to AI and Cloud Weekly. I'm your host, and let me tell you, the market is moving incredibly fast this morning. This is your executive news rundown for July 22nd, 2026. Today, we're tracking a literal seismic shift in software development, massive open-weight models hitting the market, and some incredibly high-stakes legal drama over on the hardware front. We've got a lot of ground to cover to get you briefed and ready for the week ahead, so let's get right into it.
On the desk today, first up, the shift to autonomous agents. Then, models for enterprise sovereignty. Third, specialized hardware for AI agents. Fourth, Microsoft's new channel strategy. And finally, your enterprise action plan. Okay, let's dive into this.
Story number one, the autonomous agent shift from chat to swarms.
Look, we are officially moving past the era of isolated AI chatbots. The new paradigm? It's all about parallel orchestrating agent swarms. Breaking across development desks today, Google has officially shipped agent teams in their Antigravity platform via a teamwork preview command. So instead of one agent grinding through a single task, you get a dynamic swarm. In a recent demo, it took just a single prompt to spin up 93 specialized sub-agents that successfully built a full, lightweight operating system right in the browser. At the exact same time, Notion just added external agents like Claude and Cursor directly to shared team boards so they can work right alongside your human employees.
The underlying implication here is a fundamental transition in digital labor. As the saying goes right now, you stop being the person typing every instruction and you start being the person reviewing the output. We are moving from actively writing code to managing a digital workforce. A workforce that creates HTML blocks, joins your calendar meetings, and builds full applications asynchronously in the background.
Now, from an operational standpoint, this is absolutely a double-edged sword. Yes, you get massive productivity gains when you have an orchestrator agent handing off back-end, front-end, and QA tasks in parallel, but the risk profile shifts to extreme token consumption. To put that into perspective, a recent Google Teamwork run burned through 2.6 billion tokens in just 12 hours. And right now, there is a seriously frustrating lack of a clean pause and resume function. So when your API quota runs dry mid-task, the swarm just stops cold, leaving your code base half-finished.
So here is your immediate action plan. IT leaders, you've got to audit your API quota headroom before initiating these teamwork runs. Do not use a swarm to change a button color. Strictly reserve these agent swarms for large multi-part feature builds or really heavy refactors. And on the productivity side, start deploying those Notion external agents to integrate AI directly into your team's visible workflow.
Moving on to story number 2. Models for enterprise sovereignty. Own, don't rent. Right now, the market is aggressively shifting focus toward massive new open-weight releases designed to be fine-tuned securely behind enterprise firewalls. And looking at the infrastructure scale here, the numbers crossing the wire are just staggering. Thinking Machines just dropped Inkling, a 975 billion parameter Apache 2.0 model designed specifically for their Tinker customization platform. Meanwhile, Moonshot AI unleashed Kimi K3, a massive 2.8 trillion parameter coding powerhouse with a 1 million token context window. This actually represents the very first open source model to reach the 3 trillion parameter class. Now, what's really interesting about this strategy is that Thinking Machines is deliberately conceding the benchmark crowns. They openly state Inkling isn't the strongest model out there. Why? Well, because the goal is domain customization. They're making a massive bet that enterprises would much rather own a good enough open-based model customized on highly proprietary internal data than rent a slightly smarter general-purpose model via an external API. But let's look at the CapEx reality to support this. To make it 2.8 trillion parameter model viable, Kimi K3 uses Kimi Delta Attention. It's a hybrid linear attention mechanism to keep ultra-long sequences tractable without completely blowing up costs. Even so, self-hosting is a serious financial commitment, folks. Running a 975 billion parameter model like Inkling requires roughly 600 gigabytes of VRAM, and that's even when quantized. That demands heavy capital expenditure on NVIDIA Blackwell hardware or highly specialized cloud hosts. For the CTOs tuning in, you need to calculate the ROI on this immediately. Weigh the OpEx of API renting against the CapEx of localized hosting. If ultimate compliance, data sovereignty, and holding onto your proprietary logic are your top priorities, then you absolutely need to start prepping your localized data for fine-tuning today. Moving to the hardware desk for story number 3. Hardware for AI agents, the physical interface. Pivoting over to consumer tech, bridging the enterprise gap, OpenAI just dropped its very first branded hardware product. It's called the Codex Micro, a $230 limited-run macro pad, co-built with mechanical keyboard maker Work Louder. It features a rotary reasoning dial, a joystick, and 13 mechanical switches designed specifically for developers managing AI coding agents. So, why exactly does a software company want prime real estate on your physical desk? Simple. To reduce interface latency. This device gives you a live, screen-free view of multiple Codex threads simultaneously. Developers can literally use the rotary encoder to physically dial up the reasoning tokens allocated to a task. And they can use the illuminated agent keys to instantly approve outputs or check status. White for idle, blue for thinking, green for finished, amber for awaiting approval, and red for an error. But there is a massive, high-stakes legal cloud hanging over this launch right now. Apple has just filed a huge trade secret lawsuit against OpenAI and its hardware subsidiary I/O Products. Apple is alleging systematic theft of trade secrets and supply chain details, specifically involving former Apple design chief Johnny Ive and Tang Tan. This is a massive legal minefield for OpenAI's broader consumer hardware ambitions. So your procurement playbook looks like this. Secure these devices for your top developers to test the ROI and productivity gains. But procurement teams, you need to strictly monitor this Apple lawsuit for supply chain fallout and broader risks associated with OpenAI's hardware division.
Story number 4. Microsoft's channel strategy, FY27 platform updates.
Looking at the channel metrics today, Microsoft just rolled out their FY27 go-to-market resources, along with general availability for Microsoft 365 Business with Copilot SKUs. But the real headline grabber here is the tease of a rigorous new agentic security specialization. Microsoft is preparing to audit and recognize partners who can use AI to detect and respond to threats at absolute machine speed. So the crucial point is this. Microsoft is transitioning AI from an experimental CapEx into a highly predictable, high-margin renewal engine for SMB customers via these Copilot SKUs. Furthermore, they are expanding multi-party private offers. This allows partners to scale their global market reach much faster while building out specialized, high-margin security offerings. For Microsoft partners, the mandate is incredibly clear. 1. Adopt the FY27 launch kit immediately. 2. Prep your IAM systems for a rigorous agent security audit. And 3. Hit that September 1st compliance deadline to update your French tax IDs to align with France's new domestic B2B e-invoicing mandate. And finally, story number 5, the Enterprise Action Plan. Pulling this all together for your executive board, the overarching narrative of the week is autonomous execution. You need to connect the dots here between Google's token-eating agent swarms, the heavy infrastructure demands of local models from thinking machines and Moonshot AI, and Microsoft's channel monetization designed to secure this entire ecosystem. So I'll leave you with this provocative question. Are you still just building software, or are you now managing a digital workforce? Think about it and adjust your strategy accordingly. That is your executive briefing for this week. I'm your host. Thank you so much for joining me on AI and Cloud Weekly. Keep your edge, stay ahead.